Hi guys, Mobility with Miss Megan. This is a two-part for posture and gait. The first video is just kind of explaining why we're working on these things and helping develop motor and posture and gait in a blind student and how it can affect how we move through space, how we complete street crossings, how we're able to hold our cane in the middle of our body. All of those things can be affected. And so kind of some ideas to help develop some of those balance and proprioceptive and strength skills. So I'm going to give you some of those now. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of activities on here that I've developed. Well, I didn't come up with them originally, but I kind of researched and threw together a list for a gait and posture program. And so a lot of those include, so increasing tone means gaining some muscle. What are some ways we could do that? So like tug of war, anything that requires resistance, using a scooter board, weight bearing activities. I think yoga should be added to this. Find a free online yoga video and help your student learn how to do some yoga positions and push-ups and sit-ups, and learning to do those skills without being able to see them. You need a lot of hands-on and explicit instruction. Everybody can do it. They just need to be taught and be able to feel how the body is moving. Sensory development. So some ideas for proprioceptive play would be like being on a swing or a trampoline or a merry-go-round. Swimming is a great one. With summer coming up, hopefully we can find some swimming pools that are open, or we have family that might have them. Climbing on playground equipment, jumping, marching, localizing to sounds. So I hear a sound, I'm going to go find that sound. If you need resources for that, please contact Miss Megan and I will help you find some opportunities to possibly purchase those or borrow those, like bell balls. Definitely keep me posted and let me know if you don't already have something. Integrating reflexes. So activities that require two hands. The ball is great for that. Texture puzzles are great for that. Being on all fours, if there's any kind of games you could play, or all of that is just really good. Musical instruments, fantastic. Most require using two hands. And so even making like a drum out of a coffee container, that would be a great idea for a two-handed activity. And it's fun to make songs. Everybody loves to sing with Miss Megan. I say that sarcastically because I can't sing. But, and then balance. So things like a rocker board, standing on one foot, jumping, hopping, making a fake balance beam on the ground, not high up. Those are great, like gymnastics type activities to help introduce some balance challenges for your student to try to conquer. Okay, guys, bear with me. So, something else you can work on is standing on one foot. Give your student a chair. So this will be your homework this week. If you're receiving this video, the student has done this before, maybe only once or twice, but they know that this is part of their program with Miss Megan. And so the challenge is to stand on one foot and hold with one hand, trying to keep the toe as forward as you can. And you're going to try to raise your hand up off the door or the chair or the table and see how long you can stand on one foot. Do that on the right side and the left side and send me a message and say, hey, we hit 10 seconds or whatever it is. And we can make a game of like trying to beat our time. So that is a balance idea that I wanted to send forth. The next thing I'm going to show you is my beautiful feet. But the student and I have been working on flexing and pointing. And this is part of our walking because when we walk, we go from heel to toe. So we put our heel down, roll up on toe, take a step, swing through, heel down. And so it's kind of hard to video on myself. when we are really used to being in a wider stance or out-toeing like this, the student will want to kind of hang out like this. And so we've been actually working on pointing our toes to the ceiling and counting to 10 and just holding it. And that can be really hard, but it is possible. The students that I am sending this to are, they have that range of motion. So I've double checked that already. So again, they're just going to sit with legs out and try to point the toes to the ceiling, count to 10, and then let them relax, and their legs will come back down to the out-toeing position. But just doing this and holding it is going to really help strengthen these muscles higher up on the leg. And so I think it's worth a shot just to practice and try to get the toes as forward as possible. And, I don't know that we'll ever get rid of out-toeing, but I think that out-toeing is primarily, from what I've read, caused from muscle weakness. And so if we can strengthen some of those muscles to come back in, I think it will help with our gait and posture moving forward as a totally blind traveler. Oh gosh, guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. It was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I would love for you to work on those balance challenges, working on pointing and flexing, and just pointing those toes to the ceiling and then relaxing. Maybe 3 sets of counting to 10 once a day. That's it. That's all I really want to see. And then also, you've received some cane skill videos from me, and so I would love for you to let me know how those are going, and if there's anything I can answer questions on, please let me know. Have a great weekend, guys. I miss you. Take care. Bye.